Joining me now is probably going to be the most famous man in America in just a few moments. We have my very good friend, OMB Budget Director, that being Mr. Russ Vought. Russ Vought, welcome. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy chap, but before we get to the questions, you got to hear what President Trump said about you earlier today. Please take a listen.
You all know Russell Vought. He's become very popular recently because he can trim the budget to a level that you couldn't do any other way. So they're taking a risk by having a shutdown, cutting vast numbers of people out, cutting things that they like, cutting programs that they like. We don't want to do that, but we don't want fraud, waste, and abuse.
All right, Russ Vought, you heard the boss. He says you're a pretty popular guy. I read your circular. It sounded very interesting. And basically, in a shutdown situation, rather than just furloughing, you have the authority, the power, as I understand it, to actually cut jobs and cut programs rather than just furlough them. Is that the case, Russ?
We do. We have the authority to make permanent change to the bureaucracy here in government. And I think the takeaway for the American people is that we are on the brink of a government shutdown that is caused entirely by Democrats based on their outrageous demands of about $1.5 trillion. And when you hear them talk about health care, all they're talking about is keeping illegals on these health care programs. They're talking about preserving, most of the time, fraudulent payments to insurance companies for people that don't even know that they have a health care plan. That's what you're talking about. And so we're not going to be held hostage to these kinds of insane, ridiculous demands by the Democrats.
So $1.5 trillion would erase all of the budget savings in the one big beautiful bill.
Correct. I mean, it would wipe out the entire health title of the bill. And let me just give you an example. $50 billion rural investment through Medicaid for rural hospitals would be wiped out. When we say they're holding hostage those types of provisions, that is one of them. So they're going provision by provision. This is an insane demand, and they've tried to say that their demands are not as expansive as they are, but they are. It's about reinstating Corporation for Public Broadcasting so we get back in the business of funding NPR and all of the garbage that has been going through the public broadcasting system. That is what we're talking about. And for 13 times during the Biden administration, they passed a continuing resolution. They passed it in March. There's no reason to be on the brink as we are. And we're going to take all the necessary preparations to be able to keep this administration moving forward on behalf of the American people. And it will be as good as we possibly can, but there's going to be impacts, and it will be caused by the Democrats and transients.
And Russ, estimate for us, give us some ballpark numbers here. We've already had some sizable reductions in force. Actually, there's a number 300,000 floating around for this calendar year. That may or may not be the right number, but that number is floating around. Now, if there's a budget shutdown, as our own Chad Pergram suggested, almost ineluctably will be a budget shutdown, then you have the authority to reduce the federal employee count by roughly how much?
Well, I'm going to let those kinds of questions extend until tomorrow and the days after. Right now, where we are, we have hours to go before a government shutdown, and it can be avoided. And then we'll get in tomorrow. The preparation is all done. We have many options, but we're going to get in tomorrow and see where we are, and we're going to manage this shutdown and try to keep the American people from the havoc that the Democrats have caused with their crazy demands. But let it be said, there are all manner of authorities to be able to keep this administration's policy agenda moving forward, and that includes reducing the size and scope of the federal government, and we will be looking for opportunities to do that.
And you've made that very clear to Mr. Schumer. It doesn't seem to move him, Russ Vought. That's what I don't understand. It will be worse. I mean, if I were he, and I'm most certainly not, but if I were he, I would want a continuing resolution and discuss all this stuff. I wouldn't want to hand the circular over to you, and he'll have to take some measures that he's not going to like one darn bit.
Well, I think he's got some time over the next several hours to come back from the brink, to work with his moderates to get a continuing resolution passed. We'll see how these votes come up, and then we'll see where we are in the morning.
All right. Well, Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought. We thank you. We know you're a busy chap. Thank you ever so much. Good luck.